Good day, Iris Seer here. I hope you're all well. I'm well. Thank you very much for asking. So, in today's video, I'm going to do a review on season 1 of Gotham. I know, a little late to the party, I know, but I just watched it. I was waiting for it to pop up on Netflix. Finally came on Netflix last week, so I started watching it. And I gotta say, I really, really liked it. Had a few issues with it. Okay, I watched all 22 episodes. I'll talk about the good stuff. I'll focus more on the good stuff than the bad stuff. So I'll get anything negative out of the way. It seems like they don't know what they want to do in terms of are they going okay, we all know what's going to happen ultimately. All these people, it all leads up to Batman. That's what Gotham's story is. It leads up to Bruce Wayne becoming Batman. So, like, ultimately, we know about, Zaz, the Riddler, Penguin. They're all going to become Batman villains. This is how they kind of start. But, okay, safe to assume we're never going to see Batman in this show. We're going to see Bruce Wayne, but it's probably going to be something lame, like you'll just see a glimpse or a shadow of Batman when it's all done. No matter how long the series lasts for, whether it's 2 or 3 seasons or more, you're not going to see Bruce Wayne. You're not going to see Batman. So they don't know if they should be. It seems like they don't know if they should be taking liberties with the characters and say, you know what, we're not going to see Batman. We know Batman's going to exist, but we're not going to see Batman, so we might as well do whatever we want with these characters. And and it seems like it's not focused, is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't seem focused. For most part, it is, but there's little stuff. It's not. I'll get out of the way. One or two characters like Barbara Gordon. Does she really need to be that complicated? I mean, in the comic books, she's very like insignificant character. Where it's, she's definitely more kind of homely character. But making her so complex, like with so much mental issues, like a murder. Oh, spoilers, by the way. I should probably clarify this will have spoilers if you haven't seen it. But it's a review, so you should know. So she's a murderer. I'm assuming, bisexual. She's not just gay, struggling with that. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna go with a man because I don't know if I should be. It doesn't say. I'm assuming she's bisexual, or at least she loves Jim Gordon. Oh, and she loved that weird killer guy, the ogre guy. So yeah, I don't know why they're making her character so complex. Like, you don't need to make her, you don't need to make her like, a housewife kind of character. She can be strong. You don't need to make her weak and feeble. Like, oh, I need a man all the time. But she just seems needless. She seems to be needlessly complicated. Fish, I liked, but the woman seemed invincible and like a bit unrealistic. Like when she was in that hospital, where all the people were, they had their organs be taken out. Why would anyone want to? Why would any of the guards say, "Okay, we better do what she says"? It's like, we have guns. We can just shoot these people. Yeah, we need them, but we can just scare them into line. But instead, we're going to listen to this woman because she has power of persuasion. And I don't mean like, oh, we're going to listen to a woman, but I mean this person. It's like, oh, we're just going to listen to her because why not? Because the story has to, because it's her character. But generally, I did like her. Like when she was a boss bitch, I loved her when she was a boss bitch. But yeah, a few problems with that. But anyway, and also I didn't really like how they just shoehorned, or they just force everything in your face. Like, hey, Bat fans, this character, here it is. This character, here it is. Here's Jonathan Crane. You know what he's going to turn into. This is how he became the Scarecrow. And you could have just had passing, um, like passing characters, like just have him just whiz by. I but yeah, but this just seemed to kind of do little stuff like that rather than just having like references. Like I think there was like one reference. I'll give an example. Someone mentioned a street called like Solomon Avenue or something on what I'm assuming is Solomon Grundy reference. Stuff like that would have been nice, or just seeing a poster of the Graysons. You didn't need to actually have the Graysons, and say, "Oh, if we ever have a son." Mm-hmm. Uh, but yeah, overall, it was like those are just kind of small things. But anyway, things I liked about the show. My two favorite characters, Penguin and the Riddler. Love the Penguin, love the Riddler. On one more thing, it's not really a complaint, just more confusion. I don't know, unless I missed something, I don't know what time this is supposed to be set. I'm assuming it's like almost modern because I mean the show was just came out last year, or at least I think started in 2013, moved into this year. But they're all using flip phones, which means probably about 2005, 2006. Yet no one's using computers, and or any computers they do use, they're like the big monitors. Like no one's using weird technology. Like even Bruce, like he's not googling anything or he's not looking anything or whatever Yahoo. He wasn't looking up Yahoo, and it's just weird. Like there's no crazy kind of modern. It like it seems like it's in modern time, but it's not. I don't know. It's weird. I just don't understand when this is supposed to be. I mean, it's kind of maybe it's meant to be maybe 2005, so 10 years later when Bruce is like 24, 25, that's when he becomes Batman or whatever. So that they don't really establish that. I suppose you're just kind of assuming. Like I said, maybe I missed something. Maybe there's something flat out that said blah blah 2005. I don't know. But anyway, things I like. Love the Riddler. Love the Penguin. Not sure who the Joker was supposed to be. At first, I thought he was the comedian in the pilot episode. Said, okay, ultimately that would become the Joker because one of the backstories of the Joker was he was a failed comedian, needed money for his pregnant wife, and got into crime where he had the Red Hood. But then there was the story with the Flying Graysons, and it was that ginger, redheaded kid. Which maybe they shouldn't have done that because considering the guy who shot up the cinema saying, "Hey, I'm the Joker," maybe that was out of taste. Maybe he's another Batman enemy that I'm missing. But yeah, I just wish it was a more of a proper Joker. Like a kind of nervous, stumbling comedian, failed comedian who people just walk over. Um. So yeah, like that. I like Jim Gordon. I like how it's a cop show. I love how Flask isn't or Buick, whatever his name is, Bullock. I'm glad he's not like a constantly double crossing him asshole. Like he is a good character. He's like a good guy, but he's still like my whole this is the way things should be, and he does do that a lot. Like, oh, this is the way things should be. This is the way things should be. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this. It just seems though that everything Jim Gordon does, ultimately, is it's not gonna fix anything until Batman comes along. Because Gotham was always corrupt. Jim Gordon was a good cop, but he was just one good cop out of loads and out of many. And he didn't really make a difference. He just said, I'm just going to do the best I can, but that's it. But it looks like this Jim Gordon is like, no, I'm going to change the world. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes for season 2. Overall, I liked some of the villains. Some of them more like villains that we knew. I liked Zaz. I thought he was pretty cool. Catwoman, Selena Kyle, I thought she was a bit too much like Catwoman for like a 14, 15-year-old. Like the poses and stuff. It's like, oh, she's always Catwoman. It would have been cooler if she was just a street girl who eventually kind of morphed into that. It was like, oh no, I'm like she's always. It looks like she's always been Catwoman, which I would have preferred if there was more progression. Like Bruce Wayne, Alfred is exactly what I imagine Alfred would be. You know, this kind of guy. He doesn't really know how to take care of this kid by himself. Like, he's still kind of like a tough guy, but he's learning. He's exactly what I thought. Like, he looks like a guy who would have been in the military, but also would eventually become a butler. Like the kid who played Bruce Wayne, I'm not really gonna like kid actors, but I think he is pretty good. He he talks a bit weird though. I mean, he kind of sounds like Data almost. You know, it's kind of weird. Um, but overall, I'll wrap this up. I'm going too long. Overall, Gotham season one, really liked it. Can't wait for season two. They've just announced that they've cast a one female actor to play Firefly, or a young version of Firefly. So that'll be interesting. Hopefully, it'll be more focused. Uh, and they'll be more kind of subtle with the references and and like the foreshadowing. You know, like I hope Harvey Dent doesn't like isn't too crazy. It's like, oh, there's Two Face. But we'll see how it goes. Overall, loved season one. If you have Netflix, check it out on Netflix. If not, get on DVD or Blu-ray. Season two should be coming soon, October maybe. I don't know. I didn't look it up, but definitely check it out. So and hopefully it keeps going for whatever length of time. I just hope it ends and it doesn't get cancelled, so it comes to its natural conclusion. But we'll see how it goes. Well, we're done with this video. Thanks for watching, whoever watches, and until next time, have a good one.